Welcome to this deep dive for the Money Cheat Code. Our mission today, for you listening, is to look at a tool called TubeMagic.
Yes, TubeMagic.
We are going to see if it really is, the shortcut to growing a channel and making actual money without needing to work 100 hours a week and lose your mind. We want to know if it actually lightens that heavy lifting or if it's just another shiny object promising the world.
And to figure that out,
Yeah.
we have a massive stack of material in front of us today.
A huge stack.
Yeah. We went through the official tutorials from the creators of the tool. We read through transcripts from huge multi-million subscriber YouTubers who swear by it.
Yeah.
And we took an inside look at the software interface itself.
Right.
And very importantly, we pulled apart some highly critical review videos from creators who are literally calling this tool a complete scam. So we are putting every single piece of this puzzle on the table.
Because that is what we do here. But before we even touch the software, we need to address a massive problem. We have to talk about why most people fail at YouTube in the first place.
Yep.
If you are listening to this and you failed, it is probably not because you aren't funny or because you aren't smart or, I don't know, because your camera isn't expensive enough. It's actually because you are playing the completely wrong game.
There is a very clear distinction in the data between the people who burn out and the people who succeed. There are basically two entirely different ways to approach YouTube.
Okay, lay them out for us.
So two different games you can play. The first one is called the creator approach.
Right, the creator approach. When I hear that, I immediately think of like the classic vlogger, the person walking around with a camera pointing at their face, trying to be wildly entertaining, doing crazy challenges.
Exactly.
You want to build a massive community. You want to be famous.
That's the traditional path. You're trying to be a general entertainer. You want to go incredibly viral, and you are relying on YouTube to pay you through advertisements.
Those little commercials that play before the videos.
Right, the ones before and during your videos.
But, I mean, if your goal is to actually make money so you can quit your day job, the math on this approach is just brutal. YouTube does not just hand you a paycheck the day you sign up and post your first vlog.
Not even close. YouTube makes you wait in a very, very long line. To even apply for their partner program, you have to reach 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers.
Which sounds like a lot, but what does that actually look like?
Well, let's break down what 4,000 watch hours actually means. That is 240,000 minutes of human beings staring at your videos. Yeah. If you make a 5-minute video and people watch half of it, you need almost 100,000 views just to get the right to ask YouTube for money.
Just to ask.
Exactly. That can take months, sometimes years, of working a second job completely for free.
And even when you finally cross that finish line and get approved, it's not like you're suddenly rich. You're making a few dollars per 1,000 views. You need millions and millions of views every single month to make a full-time living just from those AdSense. It's a terrifying grind.
Which is why the alternative is so powerful. The second path is the entrepreneur approach.
Okay, the entrepreneur approach. I like the sound of that.
This flips the entire script on what it means to be a YouTuber. Instead of trying to be a famous entertainer for millions of people, your goal is to make money from day one by solving specific, painful problems for a very small group of people.
I love the psychology of this. You don't need millions of fans shouting your name. You use your videos to teach someone how to do something. You solve a problem they literally typed into the search bar.
Exactly.
And then at the end of the video, you don't just say, thanks for watching. You guide them to buy a product, a consulting service, or you have them click an affiliate link.
Right. And an affiliate link, just to clarify the mechanics of it for you listening, is a special tracking link. If you recommend a piece of software or a physical product and someone clicks your link and buys it, the company gives you a percentage of the profit as a thank you for sending that customer their way.
Oh, nice.
The beauty of this approach is the sheer math of it.
Yeah.
You do not need 1,000 subscribers to put an affiliate link in your description. You could start making money with your very first video with 0 subscribers if the person watching really needs that problem solved.
Okay, but hold on. I have to push back a little here because there is a giant ego component to all of this.
Sure.
Isn't the whole point of being a YouTuber to go viral? Doesn't everyone secretly want to be the next big star with their face on a billboard and teenagers asking for their autograph at the mall?
Well, sure, the fame is a common dream. It looks glamorous. But think of the sheer probability. The creator approach is essentially packing your bags, buying a one-way bus ticket, and moving to Hollywood to try and be an A-list movie star.
Oh, wow.
You might have talent. You might be great looking. But it requires a massive, unpredictable amount of luck, timing, and hoping some studio executive, or in this case, the YouTube algorithm, randomly decides to pick you out of a lineup of a million other people.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You are basically sitting around waiting for someone else to say yes to your life. You are totally dependent on luck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the entrepreneur approach, that is like opening a small, highly specialized, helpful hardware store in your local town.
The hardware store. Okay.
You do not need the whole world to visit your store. You do not need to be famous or sign autographs. You just need the specific people in your town whose kitchen sinks are currently leaking to walk through your door.
Because you have the exact wrench they need.
Yes, because you have the exact wrench and the exact tutorial they need to fix it.
That makes so much more sense. I am not trying to entertain the whole town with a song and dance. I am just fixing the broken sinks. And actually, looking at the data we reviewed, some sinks are worth significantly more money to fix than others. It's all about niches, right?
That is the core of the strategy. A niche is just the industry term for this specific topic or category your channel lives in. And the data is crystal clear. Some topics pay astronomically more than others.
There was this one example that blew my mind in the sources. Imagine two creators. They both work exactly 40 hours a week. They both put the same amount of effort into editing, lighting, scripting, all of that.
Right.
One creator makes amazing, high-quality videos about alligators and swamp life. The other creator makes videos about personal finance, like how to invest in index funds or save for retirement.
If they both get exactly 100,000 views on a video, the creator making the finance videos will make a small fortune, and the creator making the alligator videos might make enough to buy a nice dinner.
Wait, really explain that to me. Why? If a view is a view, why does YouTube's computer care if I'm talking about a reptile or a bank account?
It actually has nothing to do with YouTube and everything to do with the advertisers. The outside companies paying to put their commercials on the platform.
Oh,
Think about who is buying ads on a finance video. It's a company selling high-end credit cards, or a trading platform, or a real estate investing course. Those companies know that a viewer watching a video about index funds is actively thinking about money, and they might sign up for a $1,000 service.
that makes sense.
So that company is willing to pay YouTube $50 or $100 just to show their ad to 1,000 of those specific viewers.
Right. But the person watching the alligator video, they are probably just a 12-year-old kid eating cereal or someone looking to zone out and be entertained.
Exactly. A company selling cheap swamp tours might advertise there, or maybe a company selling video games.
Yeah.
But they're only willing to pay $2 or $3 to show their ad to 1,000 viewers because those viewers aren't in a buying mindset.
Wow, what a difference.
This is what we mean by money niches. Topics like health, wealth, personal finance, and high-end technology. These are the topics where the big money flows because the advertisers are selling expensive, high-margin things.
Okay, so the game plan is obvious. If we want to be an entrepreneur, we need to solve problems in these money niches. But that brings up a huge, terrifying blank wall. How on earth do we know which specific problems to solve?
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Like, finance is a massive category. Technology is huge. If I just sit at my desk and try to guess what people want, I'm going to fail.
And that failure of guessing is exactly where our main topic for today steps in. This is the first major feature inside the TubeMagic software. It is a tool built from the ground up to solve that exact problem of staring at a blank wall. It's designed to help you find your gold mine before you ever pick up a camera.
They call it the Niche Explorer. And reading through how it functions, it basically sounds like a high-powered metal detector for YouTube.
That is a perfect visualization. If you are sitting there listening to this and you want to start a channel, but you have absolutely no idea what it should be about, you open this Niche Explorer. It immediately hands you a massive data-backed list of these money niches we just talked about. But it doesn't just stop at the broad categories. It drills down into sub-niches.
Which is so important because you can't just be a general finance channel today. You'd be crushed by the big banks. So instead of just showing you finance, the tool shows you specific lanes like personal finance for people over 50, or how to make money online as a teenager, or credit card rewards traveling.
It gets extremely granular. And the really powerful part, the part that removes the guessing, is that it shows you a rough mathematical estimate of how much money channels in that specific tiny sub-niche are making for every 1,000 views they get. This is a metric called the RPM.
RPM, revenue per mil, which is just the fancy advertising term for money per thousand views.
Exactly. So before you even write a single word of a script, you can look at the dashboard and say, wow, this specific topic about travel credit cards pays an RPM of $35, while this other topic about budgeting only pays $8.
That's incredible.
You can literally choose how much your time is going to be worth. And it goes one step further. It provides direct links to real live example channels that are currently succeeding in that exact niche.
I saw that. They highlighted a few of these example channels in the tutorials. One was called Make Money Matt, and another was Success Secrets TV.
Yep.
You can literally click a button inside the software, jump over to their channel, and study exactly what they are doing right now. You can look at their thumbnails, listen to their tone of voice. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just study the wheel that is already rolling perfectly.
But here's the catch. Picking the overall topic is only step one. Let's say you use the tool and you decide, okay, I am going to make videos about luxury electric cars. You have your sub-niche.
Okay, I have my sub-niche.
You still don't know what specific video to make today. You need to know the exact phrasing, the exact words human beings are typing into the YouTube search bar at this very moment.
Because if I just make a video and call it Shiny Fast Cars, I like very much, absolutely nobody is searching for that string of words. My video will sit in a dark basement of the internet forever.
Precisely. Those specific words people type are called keywords. And TubeMagic has a keyword research tool that removes all human emotion from the decision. It looks purely at the raw data of what millions of people are typing into that search box every single month.
And this is where it generates this thing called a magic score. I found this fascinating, but also a little confusing at first. Can you break down how this magic score actually works under the hood?
Let's pull it apart. The magic score is a simplified number from 1 to 100 that tells you immediately if a video idea is a statistical winner or a statistical loser.
Okay, 1 to 100.
It calculates this by weighing two very different pieces of data against each other. The first metric is search volume, literally. How many human beings are typing this exact phrase into YouTube every 30 days? Is it 50 people or is it 500,000 people?
Okay, that part makes sense. Obviously, I want to make a video that a ton of people are actively looking for.
Yes, high volume is good. But the algorithm also looks at the second, and arguably more important, metric competition.
Ah, competition.
How many videos already exist on the internet about this exact topic? Are there 3 million videos from massive, highly produced channels? Or are there only 10 videos from channels nobody has ever heard of?
So the magic score is doing the math on those two forces.
Exactly. It takes the high search volume, compares it to the low competition, and spits out a high magic score. If you see a score of 85 or 90, it means this is an easy keyword win.
An easy keyword win. I love that.
It means hundreds of thousands of people are desperately looking for this answer, but almost no creators are actually making good videos about it yet. There is a gap in the market.
Okay, wait, I have to put my skeptic hat on for a second.
Go for it.
Because if you are listening to this, you are probably thinking the same thing I am. Aren't all the good ideas already taken? Doesn't Mr. Beast or Marcus Brownlee or some massive finance corporation already have the entire market cornered? How could there possibly be any gaps left?
It is a very natural fear, and it is the exact fear that paralyzes most people from ever starting. But let's look at the mechanics of the internet. The internet is constantly changing. A new software comes out today, a new credit card rule passes tomorrow.
Right, things are always moving.
The big channels cannot cover every single tiny shift in the market. To understand why the magic score works, imagine you are going out to fish in a massive, sprawling lake. That lake is YouTube.
Okay, I have my fishing pole. I'm on the lake.
Now, most people, especially the massive YouTubers, they all take their giant boats to the exact same spot in the very middle of the lake. They throw their lines in where everyone else is, fighting over the same giant fish. It's crowded, it's loud, and it's highly competitive.
Yeah.
Using the magic score is like having a secret military-grade radar map of the entire lake.
Oh, I see where this is going.
The radar map tells you exactly where a massive school of hungry fish is currently biting, in a quiet, hidden cove all the way on the other side of the lake. A cove where absolutely no other fishermen have even thought to drive their boats yet. The big channels are too busy fighting each other in the middle. The magic score points you to the quiet gold mines that the big channels missed because they were too busy looking at each other.
That is brilliant. You aren't trying to fight a war against the giant channels. You are just peacefully finding the empty spaces they left behind. Okay, so let's recap the journey so far.
Let's do it.
We use the Niche Explorer to pick a highly profitable, high RPM topic like luxury electric cars. We use the Magic Score Radar to find our secret fishing pond, a specific video idea that has massive search volume but zero competition. Let's say the winning keyword idea is top 5 luxury electric cars under $40,000 in 2025.
A very solid, highly searchable idea.
We have the golden idea. But now comes the part that absolutely ruins people. We have to actually sit down at our computer, stare at a blinking cursor on a blank white screen, and write a 10-minute script.
The dreaded blank page.
Yes. This step alone can take me 3 or 4 days of procrastinating. I get terrible writer's block. If we are trying to save time, how does this tool possibly speed up the creative writing process?
This is where we are introduced to your robot co-writer, the TubeMagic AI script writer. And we really need to dig into the technology here, because this is not just some generic free robot you find on the internet. It is powered by the top artificial intelligence models available in the world right now, specifically systems called Claude 4.0 and GPT-4o.
Okay, I hear those tech names thrown around a lot, but what makes this tool functionally different from me just opening a new tab, going to a free AI website, and typing, please write me a YouTube script about cars?
It comes down to how the AI has been educated. The crucial difference is that the TubeMagic AI has been trained and constrained only for YouTube.
Only for YouTube?
Think about how a generic AI works. If you go to a free AI, you have to spend an hour writing a massive prompt explaining to it what a YouTube video even is.
True.
You have to say, make sure you write a catchy hook in the first 5 seconds to grab their attention. Make sure you don't sound like a robot. Make sure you ask them to subscribe in the middle without being annoying. Make sure the ending naturally loops back so they watch another video.
Which is exhausting. By the time I write all those instructions, I could have just written the script myself.
Exactly. You are spending all your energy managing the AI.
Yeah.
But the TubeMagic AI has already been fed the perfect anatomy of viral YouTube videos. It has analyzed the pacing, the structure, and the psychological triggers of millions of successful videos. You don't have to teach it how to structure the video. It already inherently knows the formula.
And it gives you all these specific frameworks, right? Like different templates depending on what you were doing.
Yes, the templates are designed for the actual workflow of a creator. If you were making a standard sit-down video, you select the general script template. But let's say you want to make a really fast vertical video for mobile phones, like a TikTok or an Instagram reel.
Right.
You select the YouTube short template, and the AI automatically changes its entire writing style. It forces the script to be punchy, removes all the fluff, and guarantees it will take exactly 59 seconds to read.
Which is so critical because the attention spans on those short vertical videos are microscopic. If you waste even 2 seconds clearing your throat, they swipe away.
It understands that pacing constraint. They even have a how-to guide template that breaks complex topics down into simple, step-by-step instructions. Or, if you are someone who completely freezes up when reading a teleprompter word for word, and you just want to speak naturally to the camera, you can choose the script outline template.
Oh, I love that.
It just hands you highly optimized bullet points to keep you on track. According to the internal data, over 200,000 scripts have already been generated using just these tools.
200,000. The sheer amount of hours saved there is staggering. But here is the feature that really caught my eye. It sounds so simple, but it solves a massive headache. The word count slider.
It is incredibly intuitive, and it solves a math problem most creators hate. When you go to write your script, you literally just grab a little digital slider on the screen and drag it left or right to pick exactly how long you want your final video to be.
So I don't have to sit there guessing, like, is 3 pages of text a 5-minute video or a 20-minute video?
Zero guessing. The tool does the conversational math. It says, okay, based on average human speaking speed, if you drag this slider to 800 words, that will equal about a 5-minute video when you record it. If you drag it to 1,500 words, that will be a 10-minute video.
And that is actually a massive deal for making money because YouTube pays you significantly more if your video crosses that 8-minute mark, right?
Absolutely.
Because they can fit a commercial in the middle of the video. So if you know you need exactly a 10-minute video to maximize your revenue, you just drag the slider to 1,500 words and the AI writes exactly that length. No more, no less.
Precisely. It gives you absolute mathematical control over your production time. But let's address the elephant in the room when it comes to AI writing. It gets even more sophisticated when we talk about matching your specific style.
Yes. Let's talk about this because this was my biggest hesitation. Whenever I read something written by AI, I can usually spot it a mile away.
Oh, for sure.
It sounds like a boring, overly enthusiastic, robotic high school textbook. Like, in conclusion, cars are great. I don't want my videos to sound like I swallowed an encyclopedia. I want to sound like me.
And that is a fatal flaw of using a generic AI. It sounds lifeless. It has no soul. But TubeMagic built in two specific features to combat this. First, you can actually take the URL link to your own existing YouTube channel and paste it directly into the tool's settings.
Wait, what does it do with my channel link? Is it watching my videos?
It's essentially doing a deep linguistic analysis of you. The AI processes your past videos. It studies the specific slang words you use. It analyzes your tone of voice. Are you highly energetic and loud, or are you calm and methodical? Are you serious, or do you use a lot of sarcastic humor? It learns your unique brand voice.
That is wild.
So when it generates a new script, it is literally adopting your persona.
That is slightly spooky to think about. Machine learning, my personality, but mostly it's just amazing. It solves the robot voice problem.
And the second feature is the inspiration tool, which is arguably even more powerful. Let's say you are browsing YouTube, and you see a video from a massive creator in your niche that went totally viral.
Okay.
You want to make a video on a similar topic, but you don't want to plagiarize them. You can paste the link of their viral video into TubeMagic. The AI will analyze their video, extract the core concepts, the pacing, the data points that made it popular, and use that underlying framework to inspire your totally new, completely original script.
Oh, I totally get it now. It's like imagine you have your grandma's secret handwritten recipe book for the best pasta sauce in the world, but you aren't a great cook.
I like where this analogy is going.
You take your grandma's recipe book and you hand it to a world-class Michelin star chef. The chef doesn't just open a generic can of sauce from the supermarket. They use their world-class cooking skills, but they follow your family's exact flavors, your exact spices, and your exact instructions.
Beautifully said.
It cooks your food exactly how you like it, but the execution is flawless and takes half the time.
That is the perfect way to look at it. It is your unique flavor, elevated by the machine's structural expertise. And if we pull back and connect this to the business side, imagine never experiencing writer's block again. Think about the sheer financial savings.
Oh, I know.
Hiring a competent human freelance scriptwriter who actually understands retention mechanics can cost you anywhere from $50 to $150 for a single script.
And you still have to wait a week for them to write it, and then you have to ask for revisions if they missed your tone.
Exactly. With this tool, you drag a slider, press a button, and in 10 to 15 seconds, you have a fully formed 10-minute script modeled after viral trends and written in your exact voice. It is a massive operational shortcut.
Okay, so let's keep walking down this assembly line. We found our secret, quiet fishing spot with the magic score. We dragged the slider, and our robot chef cooked up a perfect 10-minute script that sounds exactly like us. We set up the camera, we filmed the video, we edited out the bad takes, and now we are sitting at our desk holding the final video file. We are ready to put it on the internet and become entrepreneurs. But reading through the strategy guides, they say you can still completely fail right here at the finish line if you aren't careful.
Yes. This is the most heartbreaking point of failure for new creators. You can have the most beautiful video in the world. It can be perfectly lit, hilariously scripted, and incredibly helpful. But if you wrap it in a bad package, a bad title, and a confusing description, no one will ever click on it.
Nobody.
The algorithm will bury it. It will be completely invisible.
Which brings us to the next massive feature, the Warp Upload Optimizer, which honestly sounds like a hyperdrive button from a sci-fi movie.
The name is dramatic, but the function is purely analytical. The Warp Upload Optimizer handles the entire packaging of your video. Because, and we have to remember this fundamental truth, YouTube is a computer. And is a giant server farm. It cannot watch your video with human eyes to see how funny or smart it is. It is blind. It relies entirely on the text you provide, the metadata, the title, the description, and the hidden tags to figure out what the video is about and which humans it should show it to.
Right. This is the SEO stuff, search engine optimization. We are just translating our video into a language that the computer can read. So how does this Warp Optimizer actually do that?
The workflow is actually very clever. First, you take your finished video file and you upload it to your YouTube channel. But you do not click publish yet. You set the visibility to unlisted, which means it is completely private and hiding on the server.
Okay, my video is secretly resting on YouTube, waiting.
Then you copy the URL link to that secret unlisted video and you paste it into the TubeMagic Warp Optimizer dashboard.
Wait, I have a question about this. Why do I have to go through the trouble of uploading it first? Why can't the tool just give me a great title based on my keyword before I even film the video?
This is where the AI becomes truly customized. When you paste that unlisted link, the TubeMagic AI actually accesses the video file on YouTube's server and listens to the auto-generated closed captions. It reads the entire transcript of exactly what you spoke into the camera.
Are you serious? It actually listens to the video.
Yes, it analyzes your spoken words. If your video is about luxury electric cars, and you spend 3 minutes specifically talking about the battery range of a new Tesla model, the AI registers that. It understands the subtle themes, the specific data points, and the exact context of what you actually created, not just what you planned to create.
That is wild. It's actually reviewing my homework.
And once it has listened to the video and mapped out the concepts, in a matter of seconds, it auto-generates 3 critical pieces of metadata. First, it gives you a list of highly catchy, psychologically compelling titles. Second, it writes a massive keyword-dense description that tells the search engine everything it needs to know. And third, it generates all the specific little hidden tags that help people find it in search.
And it doesn't just guess what sounds good, right? It bases these titles on the millions of viral videos it studies every day. It knows what words actually make a human being stop scrolling and click.
Exactly. It does all the heavy analytical lifting of SEO for you. You don't have to guess if your title is too long or if it has the right power words.
Yeah.
The AI is handing you titles engineered for maximum click-through rate based on proven mathematical data.
I absolutely love this. And going back to my question about why we have to upload the video first so the AI can listen to it, I just realized something. It's like going to a fancy tailor to get a custom suit made.
Okay, let's hear the Taylor theory.
You wouldn't call a tailor on the phone, tell them you weigh 150 pounds, and ask them to just mail you a suit based on a guess, right? It would look terrible. It wouldn't fit.
True.
The tailor needs you to come in. They need to take out the measuring tape, measure your arms, your chest, get all the exact specific details of your body. The AI listening to the video is like the tailor measuring your body. It needs to know exactly what is inside the video so the title fits perfectly. That's a great point.
Because if the title promises a review of a Lamborghini, but the video is actually just you talking about a Honda Civic, the viewer will feel completely tricked and click away instantly.
That is a fantastic point, and it touches on the most important metric in YouTube retention. The algorithm violently punishes videos that trick viewers. If your title is pure clickbait and doesn't match the video, viewers will leave after 5 seconds. YouTube sees that mass exodus and immediately stops showing your video to anyone else.
Right.
The Warp Optimizer ensures the title is exciting and clickable, but also perfectly honest and tailored to the actual content. It aligns the promise of the title with the reality of the video.
Okay, let's take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Because so far we have been talking about this tool like it is absolute flawless magic. It finds the secret ideas, it writes the perfect script in our voice, and it expertly packages the video for the algorithm. It sounds almost too perfect.
It really does.
But remember the core mission of this deep dive. We look at every single piece of material. We do not just read the shiny marketing brochure. We have to look at the whole picture, shadows included.
And there are definitely shadows. Some people out there in the sources we reviewed are calling TubeMagic a complete scam. They're putting out aggressive warning videos telling people to stay away. So we need to address the massive elephant in the room. Let's flip the coin over. Let's look at the criticisms completely impartially. We are not taking sides here. We are just going to lay out exactly what the critics are saying so you have the facts.
That is crucial for anyone making a business decision. The critical sources we reviewed, specifically detailed videos from creators operating under the names Diane Foma and Tutorials with Terry, raise several very specific technical concerns that any potential user needs to be aware of.
Okay, let's unpack them one by one. What is the first major criticism they bring up?
The first major critique is a structural one. They argue that TubeMagic is nothing more than a ChatGPT wrapper.
Wait, a wrapper? Like a candy wrapper? What does that actually mean in the software world?
In the tech industry, a wrapper means a developer took an existing underlying technology, in this case, the brain of OpenAI's ChatGPT, and simply built a new, pretty website interface around it. They connect to the AI through an API.
Oh, I see.
The critics are arguing that you are paying $47 a month for an AI brain that you could largely access for free or for a fraction of the cost. We're just going directly to the ChatGPT website and typing your own prompts.
Okay, because ChatGPT has a free tier. So the critics are basically saying, why are you paying a premium for a fancy skin on a tool that is fundamentally free?
Exactly. They feel it's an unnecessary middleman. Furthermore, they point out a very real flaw with these large language models.
Yeah.
Because TubeMagic relies on this AI, it can sometimes hallucinate.
Hallucinate, like a computer seeing things that aren't there.
Yes. In AI terminology, hallucinating means the AI confidently and very convincingly makes up a fact that is completely untrue.
Oh.
The critics experienced moments where the TubeMagic scriptwriter included incorrect data points or fake statistics, and they noted a major flaw. There are no direct source links provided to verify the facts the AI spits out. It doesn't tell you where it got the information. You have to go to Google and double-check its work manually.
Okay, so you absolutely cannot just blindly copy and paste everything it writes without reading it. If you're doing a finance video and it hallucinated a fake tax law, you could get in huge trouble. That is a very fair, very real warning. What else are they pointing out?
They also draw a direct comparison between TubeMagic and older, highly established YouTube tools that have been around for years, like vidIQ or TubeBuddy.
Right, I've heard of those.
Those older tools connect directly to your YouTube Studio backend through an official API integration. They securely pull your private channel data and analyze your analytics deeply. TubeMagic, currently, does not have that deep direct integration into your studio. It operates as an external, separate interface.
Which brings up the next big complaint I saw repeated in those critical videos, the browser extension issue.
Yes, this is a major sticking point for daily usability and workflow. Right now, TubeMagic is a standalone website. It is not a browser extension that lives seamlessly inside your YouTube dashboard while you are working.
So what does that actually mean for the person sitting at their desk trying to use it every day?
It means a lot of friction. When you use that warp optimizer we just praised, you have to open a new tab, go log into TubeMagic, paste your video link, click Generate, wait for the titles and tags, physically highlight them with your mouse, copy them, go back to your YouTube tab, and paste them into the little boxes.
Copy, switch tabs, paste. Copy, switch tabs, paste. Over and over.
Exactly. Some power users find this back and forth highly annoying. They argue that a premium paid tool should just have a magic button right inside the YouTube upload screen that autofills everything instantly without the copy-paste dance.
Okay, I can see how that would get incredibly tedious if you are uploading daily videos.
You see, massive creators, people with millions of subscribers, channels like Randolph, AI Guy, and Pashio, they highly endorse TubeMagic. They have glowing testimonials all over the official website.
Which usually in any normal industry means a product is genuinely great, right? If the biggest experts in the field use it.
Exactly. So the critics are raising a very valid, highly skeptical question. Are these massive YouTubers promoting TubeMagic because it is genuinely the greatest software tool ever created for creators? Or are they promoting it because the financial incentive is so ridiculously high that they simply want to get rich off their trusting audience?
Wow. That is a heavy question. It casts a massive shadow over all those glowing 5-star reviews. It makes you wonder what the true motivation is behind the hype.
It absolutely does. It forces you to question the source. But keeping to our mission of total impartiality, we cannot just look at the attack. We also have to look at the defense. We have to look at what the founder of the company has explicitly stated about all this.
Right. The founder is a guy named Matt Parr. And looking at his background, he is not just some random Silicon Valley tech bro who decided to build an app. He actually runs 12 different faceless YouTube channels and has accumulated over 1 billion views. He is deeply entrenched in the entrepreneur approach himself. What is his direct response to these specific criticisms?
Matt Parr's defense is very straightforward and pragmatic. He claims he did not build this tool primarily to sell it to the public. He claims he spent over 6 figures of his own personal money to acquire and build this software specifically to solve his own massive bleeding overhead problem.
His overhead problem. What was bleeding his money?
Managing 12 profitable channels is a massive operation. It meant he was paying entire teams of human freelancers, specialized scriptwriters, SEO experts, researchers, voiceover artists, thousands and thousands of dollars every single month just to keep the content machine running. He states he built TubeMagic to replace those expensive human teams with AI to save his own profit margins.
So his core argument is, I built this because I desperately needed it to run my own empire, and it works flawlessly for my 12 channels, so I'm letting you use my internal tool.
Exactly. It's born out of necessity. And regarding the valid complaints about the lack of a browser extension and the missing direct integrations, his public defense is that the tool is relatively brand new. It is being developed by a small, dedicated team, and he claims that every single dollar of profit they make from subscriptions is being immediately pumped back into development. He assures users they are working day and night to build the browser extension and improve the tool based directly on that harsh user feedback.
Okay, so we have laid out all the facts on the table. We have the amazing, undeniable time-saving features on one hand, and we have the very valid practical criticism about copy-pasting friction, free AI alternatives, and massive affiliate payouts on the other. It leaves a big question. If I can use a free AI, like ChatGPT, why on earth would I take out my credit card and pay for this?
Let me borrow an analogy style from you to try and explain both sides neutrally, so you can decide for yourself. Think of free AI, like the free version of ChatGPT, as a giant, massive plastic bucket filled with 10,000 completely random Lego bricks.
Okay, a giant bucket of random pieces.
You can build absolutely anything in the world with that bucket. You can build a spaceship, a medieval castle, or a highly optimized YouTube script. But you have to sort through all the pieces yourself. You have to come up with the architectural design in your head. You have to figure out how the mechanics fit together, and you have to do all the labor of snapping it together piece by piece.
Right.
It takes a massive amount of time, and you need to actually know what you are doing.
And honestly, I have definitely built some very ugly, structurally unsound Lego spaceships in my time because I didn't have instructions.
Exactly. Now, TubeMagic is like walking into the store and buying a specialized, premium, pre-built Lego set that comes in a beautiful box. It is a set designed only to build a perfect, highly optimized YouTube channel. The instructions are incredibly clear, the pieces are already sorted into little numbered bags, and you just snap them together following the guide.
So at the end of the day, it is purely about convenience and speed.
That is the core of it. Some people were totally fine digging through the free bucket of random bricks. They have the time, the patience, and the technical skill to tell the free AI exactly how to write a YouTube hook and how to format an SEO description. They want the free bucket, and they should use the free bucket.
Makes sense.
Other people do not have the time. They work a 9-to-5 job. They want the pre-built set that does the thinking for them so they can just get the video done, even if it costs them a monthly fee. You, the listener, get to decide which type of builder you are.
That makes perfect sense. It is the classic age-old trade-off between spending your time or spending your money. Which brings us perfectly to the final section of our deep dive today. We have looked at the incredible features, we have weighed the tough criticisms, and now we have to talk about the actual financial cost and why it fits into the philosophy of this show.
The bottom line, the money.
Exactly. Let's cover the exact pricing. According to the checkout page, it costs $47 a month. Or if you want to commit and pay for a whole year up front, it drops down slightly to $41 a month.
And, crucially for anyone on the fence, they offer a completely risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked. If you don't like it or you find the copy-pasting too annoying, you email support on day 29 and you get your $47 put right back in your bank account.
Now, this is where we really need to bring in the core philosophy of the money cheat code. We say this phrase all the time on the show, and it applies so perfectly to this exact scenario: people should spend where they should.
That is the absolute golden rule of building a business. People should spend where they should. And we really need to define the fundamental difference between a wasted expense and a smart investment.
Yes. Let's define it. Buying a $47 video game that you play for one weekend, get bored of, and never touch again? That is an expense. Your money is gone forever. Buying a $47 dinner at a restaurant? An expense.
But if a $47 software tool saves you 10 hours a week of grueling, frustrating, mind-numbing work, if it physically stops you from staring at a blank page and quitting, and instead hands you a finished, optimized script that you can film today, that is not an expense. That is a direct investment in your business infrastructure. You are literally buying back your own time, which is your most valuable asset.
But I want to acknowledge something very real here. $47 a month can feel like a mountain of money, especially for a beginner who hasn't made a single penny from their channel yet. It feels genuinely scary to spend money when you aren't making any money. It feels backwards.
It absolutely is scary. It requires a leap of faith. But this is exactly where the mindset shift has to happen if you want to succeed. You have to stop viewing this tool as a monthly bull and start viewing it as a cheat code.
A cheat code. I love that framing. Explain the math on that cheat code.
Think about the math of the entrepreneur approach we talked about at the very beginning. You don't need millions of views. You are fixing sinks.
Right.
If you use TubeMagic and one single script it generates gets you your very first 1,000 targeted views. You are risking $47 to potentially build an asset that pays you for years. And since you have that 30-day window to get your money back if it fails, the absolute smartest, most logical move is to just experiment with it. You go in, you use the Niche Explorer to find 10 great ideas, you generate 10 scripts, you use the Warp Optimizer to package them perfectly, you test the cheat codes in the real world.
It's like, imagine you want to build a swimming pool in your backyard. You could go out there right now with a little plastic spoon from your kitchen and start digging for free. It costs you $0, but it will take you 10 years. You will be utterly miserable, your hands will bleed, and you will probably quit after 2 days.
Digging with a plastic spoon is technically free, but it costs you your sanity and your momentum.
Right. Or you could spend a little money and rent a massive bulldozer for a month. Yes, renting the bulldozer costs you cash, but it digs the entire hole in one afternoon. TubeMagic is the bulldozer. Treat it like renting a bulldozer for a month instead of digging with a plastic spoon. Let the machine do the heavy, boring lifting so you can focus on actually building the business.
That is the absolute essence of working smarter, not harder. You leverage the technology to leapfrog the hardest, most soul-crushing parts of the process. You buy speed.
All right, let's wrap up this deep dive. We have covered a massive amount of ground. To you listening right now, the power to share your voice, to build an independent income, and to reach millions of people is literally sitting at your fingertips. Go out there, test the cheat codes, see what you can build when you aren't exhausting yourself digging with a plastic spoon. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Remember that heavy boulder from the very beginning, the one you were pushing up the hill until you wanted to quit? Maybe it's time to stop pushing, step back, and let the bulldozer give it a push.
Perfectly said. Goodbye, everyone.